There we go. I don't know what's going on. Let's see if this works. What's going on? I'm not muted. So the pedal's not working. So I don't know why the pedal's not working. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Volley League's Chaos Cup Week number 2. You'll have to apologize for the clickety clacks of the keyboard. This is the only way I get to do it right now. Oh, jeez. We got a real fun one tonight. Why don't we just get into it? Tonight we're going to have the Fishy Fiends versus MAML Nightmare, Ajax versus Festoon. We got Chaos Renegades versus Necromantic Horror. Let's take a look at the standings before we take a look at the two teams. I have no idea what's happening to the pedal. Maybe I'll fix that. Maybe I'll fix that in the middle of the game. I'm not so sure. Cobblestone BB's demanding death. I hope you get it. I hope you get it. We're in Division A this evening for the first game of Week 2 in this Chaos Cup. 9 weeks in regulation before the cut to top 8. We've got BB Nuts Bo Leave Broncos, an Urgle team. They're currently in first place with a win in Week 1. In second place is Ajax's the Fishy Fiends. That's the Chaos Renegade team up tonight. They won in Week number 1 as well. Festoon's MAML Nightmare with a draw are in third place. That's a Necromantic team. Followed closely behind, well, not behind, tied, in fact, with Eric's Painkillers, the Dark Elf team. And it's a 4-way tie, apparently. I'm not used to Week 1 ties. Malik's Lizard Wizard Giz, Hard G, Giz Fest is a Norse team. They're tied for third, as well as Galeshi's the Birds of a Feather and Elven Union team in third place. Boy, man. The home team tonight's going to be the Fishy Fiends. They're coming in a TV of 995,000 gold. They've got a full 11 team roster. That's a lot of players. A full 11-player roster on the team. The 3 big guys that you pick up. This is going to hurt my fingers. I cannot explain to you what is happening on the keyboard. My push to talk is shift backtick. This isn't gonna work all night. I'm gonna have to fix the pedal. The 3 big guys on the roster, a bunch of human linemen, a goblin, a dark elf, a skaven, and an orc. 2 dedicated fans, 2 rerolls. They're gonna be up against this Necro team this evening. The MAML Nightmare, coached by Festoon, coming in at a TV of 920,000 gold. They have 10 players on the roster. That means they'll have to pick up a journeyman for 40,000, and that means just 35,000 gold in petty cash coming back to this Necro team this evening. Not a whole lot they can do with that. That's a keg or a coach, but maybe something can come out of that. 5 dedicated fans, 2 rerolls. They got the werewolf, 2 wraiths, a ghoul runner, 2 flesh golems, and a bunch of linemen. How these 2 teams play, very, very interesting teams both, especially at low TV in my opinion. This Renegades team, right, they are defined as having 3 big guys. They can field 3 big guys out of a potential of 4 different choices. You can see they have the Minotaur with Frenzy, and they all have Mighty Blow, of course. They have Frenzy and Horns. The Ogre has just the Mighty Blow, but they are boneheaded, and of course they have the Rat Ogre here with Frenzy and Prehensile Tail. The Rat Ogre, their negative trait is that Animal Savagery. That means that they can be reliable so long as a friendly piece is adjacent to them. If they fail the roll, they can beat up on the adjacent piece and still take their action. So the most reliable of these 3 big guys, but that's a lot of strength in the big guy, right? You have a lot of Mighty Blow, a lot of Frenzy, a lot of dice being chucked with these big guys. They can be really, really scary. And then a bunch of a mix of players. That's how Renegades work. A Renegade team, right? Those 3 big guys are really the stars of the show, especially at low TV. At higher TV, I think a secondary advantage comes into play, and that's their access to mutations. So you can see a Renegade very similar to Underworld in that regard. You can start to see a Renegades team really take shape and become very, very interesting and very bespoke to the coach. Not the case tonight at low TV. He's going to have to make do with very little skills. Really everything, all that TV is really tied up in these 3 big guys. And not only no skills, but you can see the Dark Elf, the Skaven, and the Orc, right? Best players other than the big guys, but they all have animosity. They hate each other. So if any of these players are going to be the ball carrier and the ball needs to get pitched or thrown to someone else, it might not happen. They're going to be up against a against this Necro team. And Necro team's also very interesting, especially for TV, right? Werewolf, the star of the show, MA8, Edge 3+. They have Claw, they have Frenzy. They can surf players very easily. They're very, very fast. The Ghoul Runner, the other important piece. The whole roster is pretty good. But the Werewolf and the Ghoul Runner, those are your only real 2 ball carriers, right? So, and they're, at least in the Ghoul Runner, it's a fragile piece, right? So it's AV 8+. They're very, very fast, though. So he's going to have to really protect the Werewolf and this Ghoul Runner. Those are going to be the targets for tonight, right? But that's not the only thing to really talk about here, right? These Wraiths, sure, they have no hands, but they have block, they have sidestep, right? If you look at this roster, if you just look at the skills, you've got Frenzy, you've got sidestep, you've got stand firm. These are control skills, right? So this is a bit of a control team, and so a Necro team can really hinder the advancement of an opposing team, or prevent them from going where they want to go, right? You have those Wraiths, not just sidestep, but also foul appearance, right? I was up against Ian's Necro team in week 1. I snake eyes on foul appearance on a blitz. It was really obnoxious. So stand firm, you can stay place, right? Sidestep, you can go where you want to go. Frenzy, of course, can pull players out of position. Very solid roster all around, even with the zombies, right? The zombies are 40k. They're pretty slow, but decent stat line otherwise. And most of these players have regen, right? So not only are these very good players, but you're probably not losing as many of these players as other teams are losing when they lose players. So a very good team, just lacking in a few key skills, but definitely in this matchup has the skill advantage against this Chaos Renegade team. The Chaos Renegade team really has to lean into those big guys if they want to come out on top tonight, and that can be pretty hard to do. So speaking of hard to do, my fingers are, my goodness. I'm gonna stop yammering. We're gonna get this game underway. I'm gonna see if I can fix my pedal. Oh, that did fix it. All right, my pedal's fixed. Hooray! My fingers are saved. All right. Oh boy. It just stopped responding. Unplug it, plug it back in. It works. All right. Clear skies for this matchup. Again, the key players to watch out for on this Necro team are that Werewolf and that Ghoul. One of those 2 players, perhaps even both, will be the ball carriers, and those are going to be the targets for this Chaos Renegade team. If they can remove those 2 players, they'll have a very strong advantage in this matchup. The Chaos Renegade team does have a significant strength advantage, and they'll have to lean into that. They'll have to lean into it with the big guys as well. Key positioning of the big guys, I think, will be very important for this Chaos Renegade team. If they just throw them on the line and they could certainly throw them on the line and try to control center pitch. But if they just kind of throw them willy-nilly and the opposing team is able to kind of mark them out of the drive, it'll be an uphill battle for this Chaos Renegade team. 8 fan factor for MAML Nightmare. Wow! Here's coin toss. MAML Nightmare wins the toss, and they choose to be on offense to start. So the Fishy Fiends set up their defense to start this game this evening. Gillespie says those flesh golems are so solid. Yeah, they're great. They're strength 4, stand firm. Great pieces. Welcome everyone to the stream. Festoon says, hey everyone, super nervous. First time my game is being broadcast, super exciting. Well, I wish you luck, and it'll be fun regardless. This is a tough game to get mad at. Well, I mean, you can get mad at the dice for sure, but right, you could even get diced in a game, but if you get diced and somebody on a pogo stick pogos your face into the ground, I mean, that's still kind of funny. MAML Nightmare to set up their offense now. So it looks like we're going to have 5 on the line for the Chaos Renegade team. And 3 big guys on the line there. The Alpha and the Skaven player in the secondary, naturally. 7 on the line now for MAML Nightmare. Rotgut McSmash, currently the center. What a lovely hat. SP Beaver says, I miss being able to place players online, expect them to survive. SP Beaver fielding the What Elf team. 7 on the line for the offense here. The Ghoul Runner back to receive. Whoa, it's a prayer to Duffel! Fred's with the ref. So for this drive, arguing the call succeeds on a 5+ instead of a 6+. Will that increase the odds of seeing a foul? We'll see. First block of the game is going to be a knockdown, no armor break. Very shallow kick. Kick to the opposing 2-yard line in the left wide zone. Stitch Jaw Brain Snatcher is going to move forward to protect the ball and mark Carnage, the number 11 human lineman, playing left cornerback. That's right, foul time. Fouls, arguing the call succeeds with a 1/3 chance instead of a 1/6. Double pals on the Minotaur. Gets nothing out of this. Werewolf Blitz, 2-die Blitz. Got the pal. Has to follow up due to Frenzy. Plenty of movement left with the Werewolf and moves back to cover the ball. Well done. There was no way I was going to be... So my push to talk macro is shift backtick. Because, you know, you need something that's not going to get pressed by accident. And, boy, it's not comfortable holding that down. I guess it's not comfortable holding anything down in perpetuity. Good pickup by the Ghoul Runner. Ball on the MAML Nightmare's own 2-yard line. Had my dental checkup today, and it was the best cleaning I've ever had. Like, so they do a good job all the time with the cleaning, but it was efficient. The hygienist was super nice. She was cool. I was in. It didn't feel like they rushed, but they also didn't dilly-dally. They were prompt. When we were done, I didn't have to wait around for anything. They were just like, see you later. It was so great. Galeshi says, my team is so bashed for game 2. Festoon says, didn't see the secret safety. A little over a minute to go for the Fishy Fiends. Repositioning the left wide zone instead of a column in front of the ball. Had a crab cake sandwich for lunch and some hush puppies. It was delicious. Renegades team taking some marks on the line here. Trying to close in this offense. All of the offense is on the line, save for Slog the Rotting. I love these pumpkin helmets. 3-die blitz, excuse me, on the right side. The Minotaur wants to take a block or a blitz, or else the Negatrait rolls a 4+. Is that a 2+? Gets the knockout on Rolf. Chain push into the flesh column. Flesh column stands firm, so there'll be no push. 2-die block on the center will be a push by Festoon himself. What's playing for the opposing team? Where's the loyalty? MAML Nightmare utterly confused at this point as they see their coach playing for the opposing team. 2-die block gets a pow here against number 9. No armor break. Felicia says, it's a night cup of tea and a chill wind down for me after a great restaurant bowl of ramen to cut through the cold. That sounds lovely. Turn 2 for MAML Nightmare now. Double skulls here in turn 2. We'll have to spend one of their 2 rerolls. They're going to get the knockdown here. Could not afford the turnover there with the ball right on the line like that. And with the right side of this line marked the way it is. That's a lot of blocks coming back, and that ball would be absolutely unsafe. And you can see Festoon saying, yep, we're retreating. This ball is going back to the 16-yard line. Cobblestone says they're a necromantic team. They should be used to this sort of switcheroo. One day you're alive. Probably ends this in a turnover. Yeah, both down results. Nobody's stunned. That'll be a turnover. Didn't want to spend the reroll there. I think that was a wise decision. Turn 2 back to the Fiends. One day you're alive playing for one team. The next day, you're undead playing for another team. Dead or alive, you got work to do. No real action here for 45 seconds. Ajax really thinking about this turn, which you can do now in Blood Bowl 3. It used to be 2 minutes per turn, and that's it. But now you get a bank of bonus time, 7 minutes 30 seconds that you can spend after your 2 minutes is up. And you get that 7 minutes 30 seconds for the entire duration of the game. Minotaur Blitz gets a pal here. Has Mighty Blow, so just needs 8+ to break armor, but doesn't get it. Rat Ogre guaranteed to activate with Nutters the Brind just behind the Rat Ogre. A little bit of mild pressure on the ball here with Terror, the number 14 human lineman, running towards the ball carrier. Failed the Animal Savagery roll, but will get to knock down Nutters and continue with the block. And we'll get a knockdown on Mortis the Mangled. 9+ to break armor. There's the armor break. First armor break of the day is a stun. 10 seconds left in the turn. These Wraiths, they have no hands, they can't be ball carriers, but they have block as a rookie. They have block, they have sidestep. They also have disturbing presence. Oh, it's a turnover. That's a turnover. Good luck, little goblin. Good luck, little goblin. It wasn't enough. One man removed from the pitch, one man player advantage for the MAML Nightmare. Goblins with a low AV. 8 double skulls. Oh no! Final reroll spent here on turn 3. Gets a pal. The dice are pretty harsh tonight. Yeah. Nuffle's not playing around this evening. Blitz with the werewolf gets the knockdown. Plenty of movement left. Would have to move in this direction without risking a dodge. Does just that. Dragon Redclaw on the blitz. Went to my favorite grocery store today and got some donuts. I was like, I'm gonna get some donuts today. They don't taste right. Something's off. Like, I don't know what it is. It tastes almost like, I don't know if you're familiar with rose water, but it tastes almost like rose water. And it got me thinking, I was like, did they screw with the donuts for Valentine's Day? Because this annoys me. Like if you've had baklava, right, that often has rose water in it, like it doesn't, it tastes off. Seconds to go here in turn 3 for the Nightmare. Trying to decide how to keep this ball safe. Might see a blitz on Terror. Looks like there's going to be no blitz on Terror. Ball's going to advance back toward the line of scrimmage up to the 6-yard line. One player on either side, no rerolls left. That is a turnover. Pretty rough turnover here for the Fishy Fiends. Ogre stands up. Or a rough turnover for MAML Nightmare, that is. I think I'm going to buy Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I never played the first one. But the more I read about it, it looks interesting. I'm not quite sold yet, but it looks interesting. I'm actually super stoked for Monster Hunter Wilds. I love Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter World was my first sort of evidence that I'm getting old. Because I was playing Monster Hunter Monster Hunter World, and I hurt my thumb just playing video games. Like I guess I was digging into the thumbstick, and it just like tweaked a nerve or something. Did I block over the right wide zone? Gets a knockdown out of this on Rolf. Well, she asks, like roguelikes? No. I've been messing with Keep Driving. Nice chill vibe of roguelike road trip in the 2000s. Well, I will say this. I would say I don't like roguelikes, but there's one exception. Well, there's multiple exceptions. Like the one that's in the Endless universe, Dungeon of the Endless, I think. I like that a lot. Oh, wow! Wow! Got rid of Clath Nightmorn. Permanent removal. 10v10 on the pitch now. So I liked Dungeon of the Endless. That was a lot of fun. But I also liked, I don't know if you'll remember this game, but way back on the Genesis, I think you would consider this a roguelike, but Toe Jam and Earl. I love that game. The Fiends leaning into these big guys and these skills. Oh, another failed regen too. Holy smokes, Snuffle's not playing around. So these big guys all have Mighty Blow. That means it's a +1 to the armor or the injury roll. And when you talk about the likes of the Rat Ogre and the Minotaur, they have Frenzy, so they're often getting 4 dice out of that block, increasing their odds of getting the knockdown. Turn 4 for MAML Nightmare now. MAML Nightmare losing 2 players. They're at a one-man disadvantage. But now have an opportunity to cage up this ball. Wraith Blitz only gets a push out of it. But Toe Jam and Earl is a great roguelike. It's... how do you even describe Toe Jam and Earl? You're a pair of... Oh, that's a turnover. Boy. Finally succeeds on a regen roll. Got removed from the pitch. Boy. Two-man player advantage now for the Fiends. Some days. Some days. Two-die block gets a foul on the ball carrier. Ball bounces into the hands of Terror, the number 14, human lineman, and now the Fiends in possession of the ball. Defensive recovery here in a very good spot. SP Beaver says, I never thought of that game as a roguelike, but it's also been nearly 30 years. So you start a game, right? It's like a run, right? At least in the old version, you didn't save it. You just had to find your 10 spaceship pieces and then get off Earth. And like the presents were like in Rogue, right? Like in Rogue, you get potions, like blue potion, red potion, or whatever, and you wouldn't know what it is until you drank it. Same in Toe Jam and Earl. You get presents, you don't know what's in them until you open them. But I love that. And there's a remake that came out a few years ago that you can play multiplayer online. And I would love to play it. I love that game. Von Rue with the raid. Thank you so very much. Welcome, Raiders. Thank you, Von Rue. Welcome to the stream. 3-die blitz on the number 1 werewolf. 8+ to break armor here. No armor break. Von Rue, welcome. Seconds left in the first quarter of this game. Scoreless so far. 4 removals. 4 removals in 4 turns. Good 3+ dodge in the left wide zone. Turn 5 now. Second quarter begins. MAML Nightmare getting this ball on defense. I'm sorry, MAML Nightmare was on offense, and the Fiends got the ball on defense. And now the Nightmare trying to recover this ball here. They got a Powell on the block. Take a mark on the left of the ball carrier. Oh, yeah? Did you win? I mean, I guess if it was a good game for you, you won. Blitz on the ball carrier. 2-die blitz. Gets the knockdown here. We'll see where the ball bounces. Congratulations, Von Rue. Ball's going to bounce out of the scrum. Ends up on the 8-yard line. Hey, I drew in week 1. That means I'm undefeated. 3+ dodge into a 50-50 pickup. Fails the pickup. No rerolls. That's a turnover. Turn 5 now for the Fiends. Gillespie asks, what's your Monster Hunter weapon of choice? It is the Insect Glaive. Well, ever since there has been an Insect Glaive. I played Monster Hunter since the beginning, but an Insect Glaive is my current Monster Hunter weapon of choice. There's just so much going on with the Insect Glaive. I love it. 2-die blitz by the Minotaur. Gets the knockdown on this Ghoul Runner. Remember that Minotaur and the Ghoul Runner are only the two only real ball carriers for this team. Frenzy follow-up gets a push out of this. Doesn't want the both down. Pushes that Ghoul Runner off the ball. The Ghoul Runner and the Werewolf. These are the only 2 real ball carriers on this Necro team. 2 big guys covering the ball. That's a lot of strength to get through. Kind sir, welcome to the stream. Kind sir says, what a beautiful specimen of cow. Truly majestic. Gillespie says, the Hammer Mammoth sells something about feeling the sun and having that deck so appealing. Yeah, they do a great job with all the weapons. All the weapons feel unique and satisfying, and they do a great job. 10 seconds to go here in turn number 5. Two-die block on the Flesh Golem. Both down results. That'll be a turnover. Doesn't want to spend the reroll there. A, because it doesn't matter too much, but B, that loner reroll is risky. Loner says if you spend a team reroll, you've got to roll a d6 first. If it's 4+, you can actually use it. Otherwise, you've lost it and you can't use it. Most big guys are loners. Double pals on the Skaven player. 8+ breaks armor here. Oh, no! Boy, the Carnage, 5 removals. And look at that, only one a KO. Only one a KO. One-man player advantage now for MAML Nightmare. Defense absolutely wants to score, but I shouldn't say absolutely, but even if they can, if they stop the score, they've done their job. Two-die blitz, and the double pals by the werewolf has to follow up. No armor break. Has no more movement left unless there's a rush. Might rush for the ball, decided not to. Didn't want to take the chance, not with no rerolls. Turn 6 for the Fishy Fiends now. Black Wolf 82, welcome to the stream. Indeed, it is anyone's game. That is very true. I had a pretty good day at work today, and then at the very end of the day, I thought of something I could do for tomorrow, and now I'm like, oh, now I got a lot of work to do tomorrow. Fishy Fiends. Big time scrum around this ball. Failed the unchanneled Fury roll with the Minotaur here. Needed a 2+, but that's going to be a reroll spent. Got through the loner roll. Gets a pal. Huge spend here. Wanted to get rid of that Flesh Golem. Gobblestorm says, you know what would be very useful for the Renegades now? A goblin on the pitch. Hey, a goblin. A goblin on the pitch. A goblin on the pitch. Could there be a goblin on the pitch? If only there was a goblin on the pitch. Good pickup here by the Fiends. Darth Pointy Pony grabbing the ball, 1 space forward. Turn 7 now for MAML Nightmare. Does it involve Squirkles? It does not involve Squirkles. 2-die block on Terror. Gets a knockdown here. SP Beaver says, there's always Monday. Why work on a Friday? You make an excellent argument, my friend. An excellent argument. Two-die block on Carnage. Gets a push. Carnage off to the left of this ball. Pretty far off the left. Way outside the scrum. Holy, oh my goodness. Boy, I bet you he is praising Nuffle that regen paid off, because that would have been a huge loss for this team. Injured on the rush, wasn't it? Or was it a dodge? Injured on the dodge. Very, very important piece. Again, as we've been saying, the Ghoul and the Werewolf are the only 2 real ball carriers on the team. The Werewolf will be back next drive. Fishy Fiends now want to end this turn in scoring position. This is going to be a 2+ dodge by Darth Pointy Pony. 3-die block on Brack the Bludgeoner is going to get a knockdown out of this. Breaks armor! Gets a stun. Seconds left in the turn for the Fiends. Reposition to mark the ogre. Mark the ogre. Mark the lineman. Getting some prayers to Nufflin. I don't think anybody can stop the Dark Elf. Ajax probably doing the math right now. Yep, there's the dodge. Gets a push, frenzy follow-up here. And this will keep the two zombies marked. Well done. Wow. Gets a stun on one, so one of them out of the equation altogether. Good protective coverage on the ball carrier. Now taking a block on number 14. Turn 8 for MAML Nightmare. Can they do anything to stop this score? They can technically do it, but boy, is it going to be risky. Ajax doing a great... We talked about in the pregame how Ajax would have to leverage the strength of these three big guys, and has done a superlative job of it. These three big guys is really putting in the work, having them exactly where Ajax wants them to be, leveraging frenzy in such a way that they end up in an advantageous position. Just has done a really good job with this Renegades team. Unfortunate failed dodge over on the left side of the pitch. This will be a score unless some risks are taken. And there it is, 1-0. Very well done. The Fishy Fiends on the board, and they'll be on offense to start the second half of this game. Goblin does not return to the pitch. Boy, these dice today. I think this is 9v9, right? 4-9. 9v9 on the pitch. You can see this sort of W shape on the defense here. The Werewolf and the Ghoul in the secondary here. Dragon Redclaw, the Wolf for MAML Nightmare. Putting everybody on the line for the Fiends here. Has a significant strength advantage once to block down the line, control center pitch. Nobody back to receive the ball. But has a lot of speed in Darth Pointy Pony. There, Darth Pointy Pony goes back to receive on the 16-yard line currently. Here's the kick. Deep kick. And Darth Pointy Pony is going to get under this ball here for a free shot, quote unquote, at grabbing the ball, and there it worked out. 3+ on the catch, succeeds. Turn 9 now underway for the Fishy Fiends. They're in the lead. Back up to 2 rerolls for the game. A number of blocks to take on the line. First order of business is to move the ball carrier up to the 16-yard line. 3-die block on the left defensive end. Gets a pow out of this festoon the barnacled on the block. Stays put to assist against Corpse Grip Stumblefoot. Animal Savagery roll fails on the line. The Orc gonna get knocked down. Stays on the pitch. Now 2-die block is a POW against Slog the Rotting, the right defensive end. Has set up this Minotaur to leverage the blitz. There it is. 3-die blitz gets a POW out of this, looking for an 8+ to break armor. Has to follow up due to Frenzy. Well done. Still has a little bit of movement left. Minotaur with Unchanneled Fury, that Negatrait die roll. When they activate, they roll a d6. If they're blocking or blitzing, they succeed on a 2+, otherwise it's a 4+. If they fail that die roll, they lose their action. Turn 9 now for the Necro team. Festoon now has to really think about how to recover this ball and how to get on the board. They have some control skills. They have the speed advantage. Are they going to be able to keep these big guys from being a nuisance? 2-die blitz by Dragon Redclaw gets the POW. Plenty of movement left with the Wolf. Moves the Wolf off into the left wide zone. Just across the line of scrimmage. Oh man, you know what I just realized? So every time I go in for a cleaning, or I think it's every year, maybe it's every checkup, I don't really remember. But I get fluoride treatment, which insurance doesn't cover. But I won't get into details. But anyway, I forgot to pay for it. I guess I didn't forget. They told me I could go. Whoops. We'll settle that up at some point. I mean, it's only like $20 or something. Ball advances to the 4-yard line over in the right wide zone. That's why your donuts taste so bad. You know what? You might actually be right now that I think about it. That's a good call. Armor break by the Ogre. Ooh, boy. I love this game. 3-die block gets the armor break. That is yet another removal in this game. Pumpkin helmet versus Ogre. That's right. A pumpkin helmet's not going to win. I'm sorry. I know you think that's helping, but it's not helping. Pulls back Nutters the Brine to help protect the ball carrier. Blitz with the Minotaur. You want to be blitzing with that Minotaur or blocking as much as you can. If you want to move that Minotaur, really, you want to be saving the blitz for the Minotaur. Otherwise, it's a 50-50 shot. Gets the knockdown on Mortis the Mangled over in the right wide zone. What an animal. A glorious beast. A kind sir, the Abyssal Bull. really, just a debonair Minotaur. That's really the word. Turn 10 for Bevel Nightmare. Werewolf trampling back into the secondary. Blitz by the Wraith. 2-die blitz. Gets a push out of this. I can't believe Festoon himself injured one of his own players. That is, boy, the level of treachery there. Push on the Rat Ogre. Or not the Rat Ogre, the lineman. Two-Eye Black gets a knockdown on Terror. Breaks armor. Ah! Holy moly! Regen saves the death. Two-Eye Block murders a player. A concert says, I've never looked at a cow and thought, wow, that's an extremely good looking cow. That has changed today. Push on the number 11 lineman. Fishy Fiends still in control of the ball. They're on their own 2-yard line. They're in the lead. Still have their full complement of rerolls at 2. Turnover on the both down result. Turn 11 back to MAML Nightmare. Wraith Blitz. Two-Die Blitz. Gets a knockdown thanks to the block skill. No armor break. Still has some movement left. We'll see if the Wraith moves back to where he started or not. He already did not have on his pumpkin helmet. I will say, over the course of my life, I remember when they put the fluoride on your teeth, it was like, leave it on as long as possible, don't eat anything. Nothing crunchy, nothing sticky either. And then it was, leave it on for an hour, nothing crunchy, nothing sticky. And then it was, leave it on for 30 minutes. And then it was, leave it on for 15 minutes. And today, oh my God, what is happening? My goodness. Nobody wants to live today. Nobody has the will to live. Yet another removal. 8 removals currently. The mummies hate fluoride. But today it was leave it on for 15 minutes. You can eat anything you want. What a time to be alive. Turn 12 now for the Fishy Fiends. And it used to be like a rinse, but now it's like a varnish almost, like a thing they paint on. Minute 2 seconds left in turn 12. Yeah, I didn't think about that. I think you might be right. That's a good point. 37 seconds left for the Fishy Fiends. Trying to figure out where they're going to end up here. Failed the Animal Savagery roll, spent the team reroll. Wait, failed the Animal Savagery roll? What am I talking about? What is going on? Stand up blitz by the Rat Ogre. What are we up to? 9 now? 9 off the pitch. Boy. 6v7. Trying to figure out where to put these big guys. To keep this ball safe, to keep this this offense moving. Gets the knockdown with the Minotaur. Remember, that's a 2+ on the Unchanneled Fury roll there for the block. But if that Minotaur is going to move, then it's the Minotaur who's going to want to blitz. And with so few pieces left, it's going to be a tricky dance here for this Chaos Renegade team. MAML Nightmare up on turn 12, final turn of the third quarter. Electric Span says, I thought Sevens was played on a smaller pitch. We'll see if MAML Nightmare here can take advantage. I spoke too soon. Has to spend a reroll and the double skulls gets pushed. Take advantage of just how many removals there have been. Maybe try to get these big guys, even just for a turn, just to kind of keep them out of the drive. Maybe make a play on the ball. I've been playing Death Stranding. I never finished it. I'm a big Hideo Kojima fan. One die blitz by the werewolf. Takes them both down. Nobody removed from the pitch. That's a turnover. Final quarter begins. The Fishy Fiends up to bat. They're in the lead. They have control of the ball. They have one reroll remaining. Big Hideo Kojima fan. I never finished Death Stranding. I want to finish it before Death Stranding 2 comes out, so I just restarted it with the director's cut, which is great. Little changes that made big differences. But anyway, if you've never played it and you want to play it, mute this stream for the next 15 seconds. All right, that's your warning. All right, I started chapter 4. This is a game about the land of the dead merging with the land of the living, except the ghosts are tied by umbilical cables to the land of the dead, except if a ghost and a human touch each other, they cause a nuclear explosion, except Conan O'Brien is in the game. And also, I started chapter 4 and got teleported back to World War I, where I fought World War I, but with a baby in a tank on my chest, pointing me to where the soldiers were, who were attached by umbilical cables to Mads Mikkelsen. All right, there we go. Death Stranding? I mean, maybe. I don't think so. Advances the ball down pitch to the opposing 12-yard line. Let's see if MAML Nightmare can kind of reverse off the back foot here and try to go after this ball. It's going to be tough. Frenzy follow-up, and again stands firm, so gets nothing out of the block with the Minotaur. Wow. Wow. 50-50 dodge to a 3+ dodge to take a mark on the Dark Elf. The Dark Elf is just a 2+ dodge away. Also has a reroll on deck. Dodge and a rush to get the number 6 school runner to mark the ball carrier. I think that's all he can do. I think it just stays at the 2+ here with the goal. I don't think he can do anything else. Well, I mean, he technically can, but I don't think he can reasonably do anything else to keep this from being a 2+. We'll see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess a rush? Yeah. With a push, I don't think you risk anything there. Another failed dodge by the Wolf. The Wolf stuns himself. That's a big loss. Big loss for MAML Nightmare. So here we are on turn 14, the 2+ on the Dark Elf currently. 2+ dodge. And then it'd be a 2+ rush to score on this turn. Here's the blitz to eliminate the dodge. Double pals will do it. And an armor break. That's a huge armor break. We might not see the turn, the score this turn. We might not see the score this turn now. Both the ghoul and the werewolf stunned. Good that block by the Rat Ogre. A push into a frenzy follow-up gets the knockdown here. Looking for an 8+ to break armor. No armor break. Chaos Renegades are a tough team to coach. Ajax doing a very, very good job of it. Finally gets a knockdown on the number 9 flesh column. There's that foul appearance roll. Foul appearance can really hamper your plans. What a beautiful animal. I noticed you weren't saying that on the double push stand firm. Yeah, so no score this turn. He doesn't have to. He's going to stand right outside the end zone. Turn 14 for MAML Nightmare. Not a whole lot they can do at this point. Truly awe-inspiring. Majestic. Confident. One die stand-up blitz gets a pal, gets number 12 here. Rex the Devourer on the blitz. Turn 15, back to the Fishy Fiends. Yeah, they'll get some protection on this ball carrier. Probably stall this out to turn 16. What on earth? I am so stunned. I don't even know how I captured the replay. Hands off to the ogre. The treachery that this game is. This was all a setup. Festoon. Here's the conspiracy theory. Festoon coaches a team, but then shows up playing for the opposing team, sets this all up so that he personally can. I don't even know if Festoon's a guy or a girl, but so Festoon can score themselves. Festoon to be possibly to be the first coach credited with touchdowns, not for their team, but for themselves. Dude-eye blitz by the werewolf. Gets a knockdown here, follows up. Another armor break here in turn 15. Gets a KO. That is another removal. What's the count? 10 now? 10? It's 10. 10 removed from the pitch. There's only 22! Pal back at center pitch. Can we get a full team's compliment off the pitch? Turn 16. Now, for the Fishy Fiends. If they want to score, they score this turn. We'll see if it's a blitz with the Ogre. Two-die block with the Dark Elf. Not rolling. Not. Ah! No! No! Oh, the Ogre goes boneheaded right when it counts the most. Oh boy. You know what? You should have known. The way Neffel has been all game, you should have known. That's on you. Turn 6. Final turn of the game. This is gonna end 1-0. That's right, you can't blame an Ogre for not knowing what to do. The Ogre's trying to figure out how to punch the end zone. Very well played game by both coaches. That was a lot of fun. Ajax doing a really good job with this Chaos Renegade team. Difficult team to coach, really showing how you can make it work. Did a good job. Festoon here with this Necro team played a good game as well. It can be difficult again, especially at low TV. It's a solid roster right from the jump, but they'll get better and better as they start to get SPP and some skills on these players. And then once they can start feeling more comfortable having more ball carriers than just two, they'll get stronger as well. So 1-0 the final in this game. Boy, that was so much fun. Let's take a look at these standings, and then we'll take a look at the schedule before we leave. So with that win, the Fishy Fiends will move up into first place here in week 2, currently undefeated with a record of 2-0-0. Very well played by Ajax. What a fun game. Akai Sir says Ogre won MVP and still got his level. What a hero. That is a hero. Oh, that was so much fun. That was so much fun. Thanks to both coaches. That was so much fun. All right, let's take a look at the schedule before we leave. All right, so far we've got 7 games scheduled here in week 2. Coming up next, we're going to have a game this Saturday, February 15th at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's UTC -5. That's going to be the Birds of a Feather versus Painkillers, Galeshi versus Eric. That is, I have no idea what that is. Let's see what that is. That's going to be Elven Union versus Dark Elves. And then this Sunday, February 16th, we have a doubleheader starting at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's Imitation Skaven versus Nathan. Imitation Skaven and Nathan versus Goodest Boys Strike Back. That's Venger versus Old Gamer Mike. That's Humans versus Necro. And then the second game of that doubleheader will be the Pip Stars versus the Disco Mancers. Dead Fred versus Ian. That's Lizardman versus something. What are the Disco Masters? Necro, that's right. I played them in week 1. Lizards versus Necro. Then this Monday, February 17th, we have another doubleheader starting at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's going to be Odin, it's Nuffle versus Nerdrum Snows Count. Clyphis versus War Horseman. That will be a Norse mirror match. followed up immediately at 9:30 p.m. by Wooden Men and Iron Trees versus Philosopher's Song. That's S Beaver versus Spire. That is going to be Wood Elves versus Lizards. And then on Tuesday, February 18th at 7:30 p.m., we have the Tizork Savage Boys versus the NC Snake. That will be Orcs versus Dark Elves. And then 5 more games to be scheduled this week. And when those games get scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to those schedules on our website at maml.club. That's MAML.CLUB. Here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, X, and Facebook. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. Cobblestorm BB says, BB Nut versus JD White. Now that's a grudge match. That is a grudge match. Those two faced off. I think JD White beat BB Nut to get into the Blood Bowl, and then BB Nut qualified at the bottom of the bracket and worked his way up. and had he, I think, won one more match, would have faced off against JD Whitey in the semifinals. And now here they are here in season 5 facing off again. Play Blood Bowl, man. You cannot have watched this game and not have had a blast. This game is so much fun. You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation and Xbox, and in tabletop form at your friendly local game store. In fact, this is our first season where we have players on different consoles. I think that is awesome. This game is fun. You can play this on all sorts of different platforms, and you can play together with us. That is that's amazing in my opinion. When we live in an era where crossplay is really kind of hit or miss. Like, some games have it, some games don't. Blood Bowl 3 has it across the board. But that'll do it for tonight until Saturday, February 15th at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening.